which is cool. I'm in three different places. It's quite off-putting, but we're going to go for it. So, welcome to your Summit Business Accelerator. I'm really excited to be here. I'm going to be really punchy, really quick because that's my style and how I work. Because I also want to get loads of value to you this week, like really get you thinking, really get you focused, highly challenged as well, but obviously highly supported by myself. So, we're going to jump straight into it. Now, I know some people have to bounce off early, they can't make their lives, they've got to catch up, kids, appointments, life, we all have that. So that's absolutely fine. But what I would say is make things a priority if they are important to you and put them in the diary. So when I can't get to calls, I always put them in my diary to catch up and make sure I do make that the focus for the week. Because this is going to be super valuable content for you to be implementing your business and stuff that's working right now. There's no point me giving you, oh, this works for them or this has worked really well before because what's worked before isn't working this year. So let's remember this is all about you. So connect with everybody in here. We've got nearly 100 people in the group at the minute, which is amazing. Like connect with everybody. Not everybody will share, but my advice is that go all in, like connect with people, build relationships, because you never know the opportunities that can come just from being even in a challenge like this. So I really want you to think around right now, what is your biggest challenge in your business? Like get really clear on that pen and paper. There's so much science behind when we write things down. What is the biggest challenge you have? Is it no leads? Then you're not getting clients in as well. Is it clients are leaving, which is causing stress? Is it you are doubting your competence or there's a confidence mindset block here? What is that biggest challenge you have right now in your business? And I want you to write it down. These are things you can share into the Facebook group if you'd like to, but I really want you to get close to it and what it means for you. And I want you to write down, again, this is really private. I want you to write down the dream number you want to hit by the end of the summer. So not by the end of 2025, like by the end of the summer, what is that dream number? And I want it to be right, super scary to you. If you want help with this as well, think around what would be like a good, better, best or a bronze, silver, gold, like get really close to that. So the gold one that would terrify somebody if you told them it out loud, like it often does when I tell Tom what my figures are. So I really want you to like really commit to this number, write it down and see it, pen and paper. Because your business will be in one of three positions right now. You'll be in a summer slump, which is no one is engaging, you've got no inquiries, and therefore you've got no sales, which can feel really tough. And then you get overthinking, you're starting to doubt yourself, you're starting to do even more, which is then meaning you've got an even bigger workload, and you're in that cycle of feeling like, what's next? What else can I do? Because I'm at that capacity where I can't do anything more. So maybe you've got clients as well where you just feel that you're not standing out. So you're either going to be there or a summer stall. So maybe you've been feeling this for a while and you're wondering, like, what can I do to jump? What's going to change the game here? And hopefully this week will do that for you. And in the summer, boom. So 1% of you be flying and it's going really, really well. However, you're consciously aware that what if, or everybody else is talking around the summer slump and the stall. And what does that mean for me? And even that mindset and way of thinking distracts us and it can get us focused on the wrong things or, well, they're doing that, so I need to do that, opposed to sticking to your plan and what you had clear right from the start, whether it's the start of the year or the start from today. So you're in safe hands because we're going to cover all of this across the week. Now, I love some prizes and I shared with everybody, people who shared around the challenge, someone will go in to win a £50 voucher. The person who won the £50 voucher was the lovely Nicola Walsh, who shared it in countless places. But thank you if you did, I really do appreciate it. So that is one of the prizes and a reminder of the prizes that we've got this week. So later on, what are we on? Maybe, is it Wednesday? Wednesday, I think, we'll be doing content audit. So I'll be talking to you and giving someone the opportunity to win a content audit. And I'll be going through my Instagram, the kind of things I'm looking for to get content out there that connects and gets us in great conversations with people. Because if our people are scrolling past our content and they're not getting in conversations with us and we're not building that, then our content probably isn't strong enough. That's the hard truth there is we're not giving the content that is keeping them on our feed and wanting to know more. And that's exactly what content does. It connects people. I'm going to be giving a stack of books. I've got a stack right here next to me always of great, I could give you more than five, but I'm going to pick 5 business books for growth. I think that the more you learn, the more you earn. It's always been something I've remembered. So I've always heavily invested in my personal development alongside growing a business. And the golden one here, which is getting loads of people in and loads of conversations with me, is the VIP strategy day. And it is like I've sold it for 2,500. It's an amazing day in London. We have lunch. We get my eyes on your business. We go through everything, your biggest challenge, and we get you really clear on a strategy you need to have for the next 90 days beyond. So those are the prizes that are in store for everybody to win who participates in the 4 days and does all the actions. So day one, mindset reset, clarity that sells. So this is why you're here, is to get really, really clear and move that needle in your business so that you move forward. And we want to stop the cycle of not good enough. Like we've got to stop that mindset we have of putting things off, not getting it done. Like the people that are doing really well right now aren't overthinking things. They're really clear on what they need to get done, and they're actioning and intentionally doing the right things each day that are moving their business forward, not anybody else's theirs. So I want to quickly share 5 things about me if you don't know my story, my journey, because it will help to build a relationship with me. And I genuinely mean it. If you've got anything you need this week, demand my time, ask me. I'm a busy person. I like being around busy people. We're all busy. But still, like if you don't ask, you don't get. So demand that from me. So I did 19 years in corporate. I qualified as an award-winning coach for CPD in 2019. But the journey was kind of came to an end in 2021 where I failed to sign off with directors and got thinking like, what is life about? And I hit a point of depression, went into therapy, counselling, grief recovery, everything to look at my identity, which will come up today, and realised actually like the risk was not taking a risk and going all in on a business, which is exactly what I did. I'm very passionate about creating success on your terms. I've invested over £100,000 since I left corporate, because I saw that like the investment is in myself. I have to know the things I don't know, and the only way to get better is to invest in myself. So I ask for help and I model success, and I really want you to think around today how you model success for people and behave your way to success. I've grown a business, so year on year, I'm still growing by 40%. It could be better, but I will always be challenging of myself. Like to be frankly honest, my monthly recurring revenue probably isn't where I want it to be. There's a bit of a dip there, but I'd rather lean into the challenges that we have than to just think, okay, it's going really well because it's 40% up. So there's always opportunities we can live in that, but success leaves clues. And that's what I also want you to think about this week is like, who's doing really well? What are they doing? Because it leaves clues for you. But I struggle, like you. I struggle with so many things. I'm always challenging myself. It's not an easy year. It's challenging. What worked last year isn't working this year, and that's going to continue to happen. And we're going to have to adapt, and we're going to have to focus on doing less better, and be really clear on not getting distracted by things. But we try our best. You know, we're all spinning loads of plates, mum, auntie, fiance, wife, all of those different hats we're spinning, leaders of teams, and it gets busy. So I'm always focused on, again, my health, which I talk about a lot in my messaging. So we're all in the same boat in that way together. And that makes the journey fun as well. So the goal here is that in 4 days, we're going to cover a lot around more clients, more revenue, and less overwhelm. So looking at attracting high quality clients who are really ready to do the work. Simplify how you're doing your business, and obviously scale without that feeling of burning out and like, what do I do next because this isn't working? So this is about clarity, implementation, accountability. Those are the things I'm known for, and getting it done so you drive real results. So that's why we're going to be really punchy over the next 4 days. So there's no fluff. It's just pure transformation, because that's what you buy. It's what everybody buys from you as well. They buy the outcome. So today's focus is on driving that clarity of mindset, because you can't sell what you're not clear on. You know, you're not bad at business. You're probably just very unclear about a few things. You may not be bad at sales. You're just scattered doing too many things, and that, you know, lead generation isn't a daily focus for you, which it absolutely should be. And you're not behind. You're just kind of building without a navigated tool of where am I going next? What's my journey? What's the pathway? What's the steps I should be taking, or the next stage? And when you don't have that clarity, it's foggy, it's overwhelming, it's stressful, it's consuming you all the time, because you just don't know what to do and where to start. And that's the problem, is we don't then get started. So every business needs structure. You need to cut through the noise. It's mad and crazy out there in terms of the level of noise. So we have to really stand for something because confusion just repels people. It puts people off. When I see people putting out 6 offers, I'm like, wow, like how would I know which offer solves my problem? So that again, that ability to really simplify your business in 2025 into 2026 even is not just key, it's critical that you do that. So you need to have these three non-negotiables. You have to have a vision of where you're going. Where are you aiming towards? What's the mission? I spoke to somebody last week and I don't think they like the honest truth, but I said your purpose isn't big enough. Like every single day, what drives you has to be your purpose, especially when it's challenging. You know, your family, the vision you want of where you want to be with your future. So really get close to your purpose and your mission, your vision, and your values, how you operate. Because without these, you won't be able to make the right decisions. These are your moral compass, and these are mine. So if you haven't done values, have a little think around what are your values in business? What stands you out? I'm always saying I put family first, and sometimes that means the business comes first to support the family. I want to give more than I take. Last week, I gifted 3 or 4 places to my mastermind day because I felt that's the right thing to do. And that's how I choose to lead and run my business and the value that I give. I don't just want people that always just pay. I want to generally help people. Health is the key one of mine and making sure that my health is my priority. It starts with me. I have to lead that way. So I want you to think around your values. And I often position this in masterclasses, workshops, trainings, when I do the mastermind, is what can we learn from Mr. Miyagi? Now, I heard this many, many years ago from Russell Brunson. Some of you may know him. He's huge on funnels. And he just delivered this in such a compelling way and a story way. And I'm going to talk to you about stories on Thursday. So listen to that. And I'm going to give you the template that I use to create stories in the business because stories, like facts tell, stories sell. And we have to be very good. We have to be great even at storytelling in our business to get across our message. So it's really key that you understand that. So I'm going to be talking you through that. So like I just said previously, like it's not that you're bad at business and like we've got those, well, it's in the same slide here, but I want you to think around this story in that if you've seen Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi brings in Daniel and he gets him to start doing the like painting. And he's like, why am I doing this over and over? Then he gets him to doing the washing of the cars. And again, he's thinking, why am I doing this over and over? Sanding the floors, all those things. What he was teaching him over time was repetition, building those skills, like building a muscle in a gym. I'll always talk around you don't want a PT, but you need it. You don't want to do the nutrition plan and the fitness plan, but you have to do those things. You have to delay gratification to get the end result. It's not a quick overnight thing that we can do. And it's the same in business. You have to get these foundations right. So when you watch, and they'll be sharing a post into the group today, but that scene is all around, then he knows what to do when it comes to the karate side of things. But that repetition, like no one's watching, and keeping that going consistently over and over and over so you get better. And this is really important in messaging is that you're known for one thing and the expert in it. I'm not expert in loads of things. I don't want to be, but I have made myself the expert in messaging by going out, doing the work, researching. I did just telling somebody last week that I spent 5 months solid researching, reading, studying, going to events, watching webinars, listening to other people, studying what my mentors do around messaging to say, how can I bring this to one system, method, pathway to be able to help people more on messaging? Because that's what my mentor noticed in me that I was very good at. And then it was a challenge of how do I get others better at messaging? So it takes time. It's in the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, I think. And he talks around, doing that one thing like for 10,000 hours makes you the master. And it's that idea here as well. And it's the same with Mr. Miyagi thing. So I want you to think around you in that today as well. Are you doing this over and over? Because we want to get you thinking like a CEO in your business. That's what we are. We're CEOs. We're making those big decisions and they're driving results. So we want to move from chaos to clarity. We want to go from being stuck to strategic and intentional and certain about the steps and the stages that we're taking. And we want to go from fear, which is there to protect us, but that often holds us back and it gets us overthinking. And we want to go move forward. So we want to understand that fear, lean into it and say, okay, so what do I need to do to get through that. And often we just haven't created the evidence for ourselves. And this is the same with beliefs. We can change a belief, but we just need to create and stack new evidence we can achieve it. The same a few years ago when I was, and some people were in here, Julie in particular, like we go to an event or a partner experience where we had to speak. I'd never done it in that capacity in my own business. I'd always done it for corporate, but I'd never done it uh, for my business. And it was scary. And I was nervous and I felt that I was just had it all in my head. And then when it came out, it was just a bleh. And it takes that doing it and leaning into it to overcome that fear. So I want you to think like, what are the fears you have right now, and leaning into those. I've been nervous today. I'm live in a group. I'm doing it on Zoom. I'm live on Instagram. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Somebody says something like, "Oh, who do you think you are?" Or "This is rubbish." Okay, that's fine. That's probably not for you then. All the best. So we're always holding ourselves back for other people when that's just not what we need to be focusing on. We need to focus on moving forward. So we need to think around the myths that we have, the ones that we're choosing to leave behind. I need a big following. You don't. I need to have a fancy funnel. You don't. I make most of my sales by talking, I've got this offer, are you in? And they're like, yes and no. Job done. Here's a link, let's pay. And sometimes I don't even do the link now. I'm like, what's your card number? Let's get you in. Let's get you onboarded. Let's get you in a program. Let's get you in a mastermind. Let's get you on a VIP day. I'm not ready to charge that. Well, you're never going to be ready. I had one client once who said to me, I can't believe you asked 10 grand to work with you one to one. And I said, well, you'll never earn that then, because if you're not prepared to ask for it, you'll never earn it. And we want to be really clear on the strategy to scattered action. Again, the same things over again: courage to confidence, clarity to end all those Canva edits that we have all the time. So that dream number that you noted down at the start of today, you want to hit that by the end of the summer. How are you going to do that? You are going to behave your way to success. So if I was to come into your business now, or if you were to win, let's say that VIP day with me, and I looked at your business and said, behaviorally, how are you showing up? Are you doing the things you need to do in order to achieve that number? Do you believe you've commanded and shown up how you should be right now? Because your next level of growth is not a tactic or learning that other new thing. We've done the courses, we've done the programs, we've learned an endless amount. We need to be doing the action and taking those steps forward and implementing. So it's giving yourself permission to step into a new identity, which I mentioned I had to do when I started the business. If I was always old Natalie of I failed to sign off for directors, I'm not good enough anymore, what am I doing? Nobody needs my skill set, or I need to go back to square one, I wouldn't move forward. I had to look at my identity piece. And actually, all the times I hear things like I'm behind, I'm not here, I'm not there, like behind on who, not good enough for who. And the reality is that we're not just starting new again. If I scrap the whole business right now, I don't go back 5 years to square one. I've got skills now. I've got team skills of leading people for years in corporate. I've now got a team of bringing in money to a business, like taking somebody from a not knowing me stranger, like some of you here, to being an amazing client like Sharon and Kirsty, Nicola, Sam Hoyle, like all these amazing clients I know who have been with me for a good number of years now. So, and again, the same is true for you. But often it's us getting in our own way. And that was a hashtag we had on a mastermind day last week of get out of your own way, like let everything go, be really bold, be real audacious, get out of your comfort zone because nothing grows there. If you're really comfortable right now, you're just playing it too safe. You need to be uncomfortable every single day in your business. You need to go and have that conversation. I reached out to 20 people over the weekend who liked a post that I had, and I just said, oh, here's the details of what you need to do next. Like most of them didn't come back, but two did, right? So, but if I hadn't have done that, those two wouldn't come through. So we have to get out of our own way. But for me, I'm too worried about, oh, what if they say no? And they do. Maybe it's a no for now. Maybe it's a no. Okay, next one. So I really want you to lean into being really uncomfortable. And the secret to how I do it, which isn't really a secret ever, is it? But it's a really simple checklist that I have. It's my GPS, it's my compass. It's about behaving your way to success. And it's a list of non-negotiables that I have that I commit to. And if you take these, it will help you de-risk and become focused and improve the quality of not only your life, but the reality of your business right now. So these are your five daily non-negotiables. As I said, they're like your clarity compass along with your values. And set these every day and get super focused on them and building the momentum. I've had these from a mentor for about 3 years. And I'm very focused on them every single day. Like I write them in front of me. I have them, I can see them right now. And I also have the number of what I want to achieve this year in front of me right now because I'm zoned into it every single day and focused. So the first one is master yourself. This is all around you. So are you walking every day? Do you journal? Do you meditate? Do you have a coffee in silence? Do you get some me time? It will all be different for everybody else, but mastering yourself has to come first. It's something you do for you to get your head in the game. Market yourself. So every day you should be doing something to get yourself out there. So I will be doing stories. I'll do polls every Monday. Actually, I haven't done this morning, but every Monday I'll do it later as a poll to get engagement. Posts, sharing a podcast, getting people to DM you, reaching out to people in DM, doing lead generation all the time. So then I'm marketing myself. I'm making a sale. So every single day I mark in my diary, it's planned in my calendar, 1 hour for lead generation. We've got to be doing more activities around lead generation. So I'll share my action, which you'll do shortly, into the group as well for today. The one I have is that I reach out to 20 people a day and have 20 conversations, and it may be five for you, but five's 25 a week, and that's 100 conversations you may not be having right now a month. So I will be in more conversations. I will make offers. I will follow up on those offers and I will close people in on offers that I have, whether it's a VIP day, whether it's my mastermind, whether it's the membership, whether it's working with me one-to-one. And I'll find out more about this person and also build a relationship. Oh, client win. So I'll check in on my clients. It's one of my non-negotiables every single day. Check in on clients, answer client questions that you've had from the mastermind. Every single morning I will do that to make sure that they stay on track and focused. Maybe I'll share a client win. So most days on my Instagram stories, you will see I share a win from a client because that helps to build trust with my audience, and trust sells. I'll get feedback. I'll do check-ins. And then I clear the pad. So I stop tweaking all the things that I don't need to be doing that make me just feel good because it's that tick box on my sheet. I don't go in to do loads more edits on my website. My website's okay. It's not flashy. It's not anything amazing. All I want someone to do from going on my website is to book a call. That's my only intention. I don't need to spend hours on an about me page or about the mastermind, all of that. I just want somebody on a call. So again, I remove the distractions, I remove the clunky stuff, and I get really focused on what I need to do to move myself forward. So I want you may slightly change as you adapt these, but I want you to get really close to daily non-negotiables. So with that, and I've wrapped it up in 25 minutes, which is pretty good going for me. But today's action is to comment one thing you will do in the thread. You'll see that pop up at about 10:30 in the group, the Facebook group. If you're not in that, because I know some of my audience isn't, there is when you go to the hub, and there's details of that coming from the email. You go to nattiepots.co.uk/hub, and you can submit your action as well. So you're in with winning the prizes through a form. So I don't miss anybody. So everybody has opportunity to win those prizes. But comment the one thing you will do today out of those. So like I said, the one thing I will do today is focusing on making a sale. So I will be going in and I'll be following up with people that I need to follow up with, and I'll be closing them down. So I want you to commit to that one thing you're doing out of your daily non-negotiables today. And that's your action. Really super simple. So it may be that you think around, well, I need to master myself first. I need to get my head in the game for this. And I need to go back and think around my identity piece, or that number that I set myself, or that I haven't posted in 5 days. And I need to just get that post just done. Stop talking about it, just get it done. So anything you need any help with, as I said, like ask, help one another. I've got details in the prizes area on the group around the types of things I'm looking for. I'm not looking for, I love that, I love this. I want genuine engagement, like really help people. Give back, give more than you take in this experience, and you'll build some incredible, like lasting relationships for life, which is, I know some of the people here are relationships I've had for masterminds and for years. So this can really change in 4 days, can really change where you're at in your business. And I'd love it to be one of those things that you reflect back and say, in 3 years' time that this will change because I was on that challenge. Okay. It doesn't have to be huge mountains we climb in 4 days. It could be just two or three things that you just implement and get done that really change things for you moving forward in this year. Because I want you to win. It's challenging right now, but we either default to that and everybody else's myths around business, or we choose to make a decision that we're going to make a difference, and we're not going to accept that, and we're going to get out to the world and get over ourselves and do some incredible things to really change business for everybody in 2025. So I'm going to leave you there with that. Get your actions done. You can do the next 3 minutes to do that. Any questions you've got, please feel free to ask. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. I'll be bouncing back at 10 a.m. as well for day 2.